Jaybird Wells with us, the fantastic Jaybird Wells. JB to the Wells, or as she's referred to in the Princess Gangsta. I'm just not real sure what is going on. But I do know that we have a phone guest, and we are going to go to the telephones. Aaron, how are you, sir?
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man? I wanted to get you back on today. We had a lot of reaction from your interview that we did a couple weeks ago. A lot of people really interested in you in this band.
That's good.
That's fantastic. And I've been trying to set up a deal between you and Michael Nagy, but he is being very, very difficult. He's living Dan Blazarian's Instagram posts, and he seems to be. He said he was going to email you. I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to try to push him into this whole thing because I'll tell you, you guys are fantastic, and he needs to do something with you. Especially since you guys are all out there in New Jersey, you know, it's easy to put this together, I would think. But bring us up to speed on how everything's going and when the tour kicks off and everything else, man.
Yeah, so right now we're kind of focusing on the debut album. So we got signed and we basically have a management deal.
Okay.
With Music Gallery International, one of my good friends, Sean. He kind of runs that company. And he hit me up about adding bands to his roster, and he's like, yeah, I know you guys are kind of up and running, finally, because it took me a while to really get the project going out here. And what we decided to do was, instead of focusing on local, we played a few shows this year, we released a video, and we really felt like it was a priority just to focus on the debut album, you know. So we have one EP out, and that was just to kind of, you know, put our mark on the rock and metal scene, and just let people know, hey, we're here, this is what we're about, this is our sound. And then off of the EP and then the video that we released earlier this year, we got a little bit of interest and played a handful of LA shows, and then Sean hit me up and said, hey, I want to add bands to the roster, I like your sound, I can see you have potential. And he said, but here's what I think we should do. I think you should go back in the studio, record the record, and then we can really do a big push in 2020, you know, based on that, because we can market the bands better if you have like a full-length release ready to go. And I think he's got a good point, you know, even though we're in the days of like EPs where a lot of bands have just kind of gone back to basics and are doing like 5-6 track EPs or releasing singles at a time because of the way the digital, you know, era is and that market. But I still think that all pro-level bands are really still pushing full-length albums. You know? I think that's a good idea, and that's what we decided to do. So I'm committing the rest of the year to being in the studio, writing the record, and then we're going to go for a big push in 2020 with
that's awesome.
Probably some touring in support of the album release.
Fantastic. This today. If people want to find you online, websites, social media, how do they do that exactly, my friend?
Yeah, it's the band name, so Killing Candice, Killin. We have a .com, so you can go over to killingcandice.com. We're always updating that, you know, as we program, Facebook, you know, all the social medias, Killing Candice. And yeah, you can follow us there.
The last time we had you on the show, we played a couple of your music videos, and a lot of people were just blown away by the production quality and everything with this. Explain to me why that is an important deal for the band.
Oh, the production?
Yes.
The material?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I was fortunate enough to do the EP with Damien Reyno. He's done Dragon Force, and he plays in a band called Once Human, which is basically Logan Mader, the Machine Head guitar player's kind of side project.
Wow.
So he's got a lot of experience in the industry, in production. Damien's a great engineer and producer, and I worked with him to knock out the EP, and he did a phenomenal job. He actually did all the drums too. So we kind of, worked out and figured out like the songs. I went into the studio with an idea, and then he just contributed and added to it, and it just brought a whole new life to the songs and the sounds, and we made it nice and heavy, which was great. But I think it's imperative for bands to have a solid production, because like record labels and management companies, they want to see that there's quality, and that you're taking yourself seriously. And obviously every band has to start somewhere. It's always good to have some rough demos to get started, but ultimately in this industry, if you want to, be taken seriously, then you got to have some top-notch stuff going on. So I was very grateful to be able to work with Damien, and that he kind of, set the pace and, really kind of put the band in a good place as far as our first release went.
We have got Aaron from Killing Candace with us today on the telephone, and you guys are gearing up for this album. When will this be out exactly?
Yeah, so the record right now, we are about at the halfway mark in the recording process. I'm taking the rest of the summer and the rest of the year to finish up the record, and I'm realistically thinking like a March, April release, so
fantastic.
A quarter of the way.
Fantastic. Well, Aaron, I appreciate you giving us with us today, my friend. I look forward to chatting with you more, and hopefully we can get this Nagy thing set up pretty soon, because I think you, especially since he just interviewed Ministry, I think you guys would be a fantastic addition to the YouTube channel. So I appreciate it, my friend, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks.
Appreciate it, man. There he goes. Aaron from Killing Candace, and we are going to take a brief time out. When we get back, we have got our next artist, and then we have basically our first artist and our second artist did a song together. So we're going to play that when we come